Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Today we're talking Clan Siege again. I got in trouble for leaking some of this on stream, but that's okay. We are back. Haven't been kicked out of the clan. We're still good. But I'm going to show you the 4 teams that I am building myself for Siege. This is probably not going to be... it's not really going to harm me in any way. Again, if you guys ever want to see any of my champion builds, they are regularly updated on hellhades.com and the optimizer down below. There's a link where you can go and see all my champion builds and copy it in the description. So it's going to be pretty easy to attack my defense. You're going to be able to check, and so long as I've updated it, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. But I'll break down my teams here for you anyway to explain for you and do the community a service, perhaps. Yeah, because of that. Let me show you my teams. This is what I'm looking at. And bearing in mind, I'll show you one of the teams that I leaked on stream. Let me make sure to share the right one and not leak something by accident. Okay, cool. So here's a team. This is the sort of team that you'll fight at the high end, right? Our barbarian only post. What do we have? We have 2 Armans with the faction unity champion Doom Lord Gregor, and then the mythical. So yeah, that for instance, that's the sort of level of team that I am looking at in, like, you know, a top end sort of clan. Absolutely insane. And it's you know, it's probably not really a surprise, right? The mythical champion is nearly always the best champion in the faction. Alas is particularly good. Then you've got the faction unity champion, who really benefits. That aura is going to work exactly well. And then in this case, Armans is well known for being crazy OP. Well, now you can run 2 of them. So if you've got 2 of them, so yeah, that, you know, it's a pretty good team. I thought that's just an example of the level we're going to be facing. What I'm actually thinking I'll do, by the way, is this might become... I might do a stream. We'll see. We might do a test stream when this goes live. So I'm imagining around the same time as the CVC stream. So on Tuesday, next Tuesday, upcoming Tuesday, we'll jump on and maybe stream a first look at my opponent's fortress. So we'll take a look at a full end game clan. Probably we're going to be fighting one of, like, the top 10 or maybe top 15 or 20 clans in the game. We're probably going to be fighting someone really tough. We'll see how they look, what sort of defenses they've put on, and maybe go through every single post in a big stream and talk about, oh, how scary is that? What would I use to counter it, etc. Probably we wouldn't be able to attack anything. It's going to be a lot of strategizing. But yeah, that might be fun. Let me show you what I'm thinking of doing then. So I have set up 4 teams right here. Let's throw them in for a fight. So this is going to be my number 1 team in a weird sort of way. I was showing this off on the CVC live stream the other day. This is my HP team. So with HP champions, we'll include the Master Vault, you can only use champions that are HP champions, which really limits you down. So number 1, there's no lockout. Yeah, number 2, a lot of the best nukers aren't there. So this becomes pretty enticing, and this is very nice for me because I have a 6-star Fralny who is a HP champion. So I think some of the best... I think Alaz actually, again, comes in as probably the best damage dealer for this. He's a barbarian. He's defense and HP, so he actually comes in. I think he'd probably be the best. Then you also have Taras, very powerful for blowing people up. And then you've got Narses as well. Now, here's the thing. Taras and Narses and Alaz are all incredibly potent, and people are going to want to save those champions, if they've got them, for the toughest fights, for the stronghold. So I think kind of putting pressure on enemies to have to use those really good champions in a post is quite rough. Like these champions, I probably would use Fralny if I was attacking a stronghold or for defending a stronghold if I was in there. But like these are not top tier arena champions, but I think it make for quite a strong team. What is the concept of this team? Well, Fralny, big damage. We've got Hackhorn for cleansing and giving us block debuffs in case they're running any crowd control. I think Alsgore is amazing, and he was a previous guaranteed. He's got AoE buff strip, he's got healing, and he also has got 2 turns of block damage, which is really nice. I think that buff strip is going to help us hopefully counter their block damage. And then we actually have a Fatalis Blade Master, because he's very tanky. He keeps giving himself a shield, and he cannot be crit when he has that shield. So it might be quite hard to actually kill him, especially because HP champions, not exactly renowned for their damage capabilities. He's void as well, so he'll be good no matter what affinity we are up against. So yeah, I mean, let's throw this team in so we can see it in a fight. and you get a rough idea of what's going on. We also got the HP aura from Frolny, which is really powerful. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. One thing I actually have to do, I've re-geared them since. So here we go. So right there, in this case, they actually had. So we open up with a buff strip. He's being beaten up, but bam, look at that heal coming in. And boom, down they go, right? So that's the idea of this team. Not a particularly strong defense we were attacking there. This one is a little bit better, but it sort of gives you a concept. Let me show you the gear on these champions, and then let's see this one more time. So for Frolny, we have him. He's an actual good gear because I use him a lot. He's in 4-piece Savage, 4-piece Stone Skin. He's my best HP nuker. Honestly, Fatalis I was using a bit, and he got sort of sidelined until Siege, because I not only have Narses is taking the best HP gear, but then Frolny came in, and especially with the 6-star soul, and he's mythical, it's very nice. But yeah, the idea of this is he survives turn 1 in Stone Skin, and then you need Savage to do damage, or lethal, or whatever. So it's 100k HP. This maybe should be a bit higher. He's got very good stats because he's 6-star awaken, 4.2k defense, 236 speed, 100% crit rate, 319% crit damage, and yeah, that's sort of him. He's got a 6-star polymorph. Honestly, when this feral gear set becomes more prevalent, I might well switch him. I tested them both, actually. I might switch him back to Ward of the Fallen. This is pretty good for keeping him alive, which is actually quite nice, because he can still die. You can still get one shot in high-end arena. But Polymorph is just a bit too strong right now, so yeah. And he's got fairly typical mastery. So sort of typical HB nuker. Straightforward enough. He is booked in Form 1, but not in Form 2. I'm not actually quite sure if I'll even enable him to go to Form 2 in the presets. I probably will, but I don't know. I haven't quite decided. Nice thing about him, he can also steal buffs on his A1, which will help us get past. I think Rosh cards and Al scores are going to be all over this room. We've Hackhorn. He is coming in 4-piece Stone Skin, then Righteousness and Protection, and he is going faster than the damage, and then as much HP and defense as possible, even a bit of resistance to hopefully protect him. The 4-piece Stone Skin is so he can't get crowd control turn 1. And then he can come in. He does a huge heal with a cleanse and block debuffs, which is great. I'm actually going to turn off his A3. We had tried this on the live stream, and you guys saw I built him like 100k HP, 260% crit damage, 100% crit rate, and the guy tickles with this. Well, not like he did some work. He had some value, but I think the problem with this move is that it puts a shield on all allies. And for this room, people could run a Narses. Narses was guaranteed. You could easily have people attacking me. Like, you've seen the level we're up against. I think this shield is very small, but what it does do, and it's a problem, it makes Narses really strong. So that's an issue. That's the theory here. He has Life Harvest, which I think doesn't actually help us. He has a bit of accuracy. We could even give him Polymorph. I don't know. I'm not going to change it. And he's got these sort of masteries. You probably have to build him like in Lethal with Helm Smasher to really make his A3 good, but I don't think that makes sense. In a world where Narses exists, this doesn't make sense. Without Narses, this would be great, but with Narses, this sucks. Fatalis, this is an interesting one. He is in Divine Speed because it gives himself a shield at the start of the fight. That is crucial for his passive. He cannot receive crits when he's under a shield, which is really nice. Now, funny enough, he also has double reaction just because these reaction pieces happen to be like genuinely quite good. So, they're quite decent. I've got pretty bad Dark Elf accessories, ironically. So they're actually the best ones, though he doesn't really need them. It does mean that even if his shield is broken, maybe people won't watch the video and will go, we broke the Fatalis shield, kill him while his shield is down, and then they hit reaction and we're okay. Yeah, that's sort of the concept with him, is that he's in Lethal to do more damage. So he's in like my third best HP nuker gear, so 105k HP, 3k defense, 221 speed, 250. You can compare him to Frolny, and he's like Frolny but worse. He's slower, less defense, a lot less crit damage. That's the difference of the Blessing and just a worse standard of gear, and he has these masteries. Then we've got Alsgore. He's coming in 6-piece Stone Skin. I had to re-gear these guys out of Bolster. Would have loved, again, in a world without Narses, Bolster would have been insanely good here. I think even multiple champions in Bolster. It's actually maybe a problem with this team, is we could be attacking enemies that have tons of Bolster, which is annoying, because we don't have the Narses there. That's a risk. It's a risk we have to be willing to take, because I need Narses for a different defense with Ancora. But he is in 6-piece Stone Skin. He still has, again, reaction on because, well, he was in Yeah, he was in bolster before. He still has the reaction accessories. I think these are fine. We could maybe change them, but they're pretty good, so I don't think I'll really bother. But he is coming in with solid enough accuracy, decent speed, and yeah, so that's sort of the goal with him. Is he comes in with a buff strip, which I think is real nice. Just removes 2 buffs. This can strip off stone skins, which is important. It can strip off block damage. And then he also has this 2-turn block damage on the team, which is pretty great. I think it could be quite annoying. Like, Hackhorn does a lot of healing with block debuffs and now a short cooldown. We've got the short cooldown buff strip with a block damage rotating, and then 2 quite tanky damage dealers. So that's the theory of this team. Let's see it one more time. And yeah, that's what we're doing with this one. So it's actually quite decent. I mean, we'll find out. Maybe it's terrible. We'll find out. I mean, I feel like if we put Narcissus on defense, we'd rather have him with Ancora, honestly, I think. It's sort of my issue. And they could just not run anyone with shields. That would be sort of the problem there. One thing I haven't settled on is the AI presets. That's something that I might keep secret. I'm tinkering with different things, like not opening with block damage, maybe opening with Frolny A2. I'm still tinkering with those things, haven't quite decided. Wukong, by the way, very good against him because he can steal his shield and put block buffs on, so he can't get the shield, which sucks. Honestly, Hackhorn's A1 is pretty decent as well. It can stun enemies, so he's actually pretty decent. So that's the team. I think it works reasonably well. So that's team 1. Team number 2. Team number 2 and team number 3 are quite good, and team number 4 sucks. So team number 2, I think, yeah, we've got the AI preset. So this one is fairly straightforward. It is Lazarius with Sifi, Yumiko, and UDK. So the concept is pretty simple. Lazarius has the best speed aura for Siege, because it's only all battle aura. So we got the best speed aura with the fastest champion on my account, combo into a lockout champion. So speed boost into lockout. Lazarius, he comes in and he can be our damage dealer as well. And then when they're locked out, UDK can keep them alive because Lazarius is really squishy. So he's there to try to keep Lazarius alive. That's the concept. Won't work quite. This team does not work as well in arena. I wouldn't run this in normal arena because they can run a better speed aura than you and beat you in speed more easily. And it also depends on how fast you are. I'm very close to a 6-star Sifi Soul, which I might pick up as well. But yeah, you can sort of see the concept of this sort of team. This is like a team, this is no restrictions as of right now. You just use anything. I honestly think, I might even transition into, eventually could be pretty cool to do like a Lizard Man only team room. Could be pretty nice with Lazarius, but we'll see. But that's sort of the concept of the team. This one is fairly straightforward, honestly. It's champions that are renowned OP. These are all top 20 champions in arena, just in general. Lazarius is top 10 probably. Sifi be pretty. I mean, they're all pretty close to top 10. They're all very strong, needless to say. So yeah, that's sort of how it goes. I think the main sort of weakness with this team, honestly, is that we could be outsped. That would be a problem. And Lazarius doesn't have the craziest damage. He's got great utility, but he doesn't have the craziest damage. And he's very, very, as you can see, he's very squishy. So yeah, but luckily we've got Sifi can revive him with full turn meter, which is insane. His lockout synergizes very well with Yumiko's lockout. So yeah, this could be an annoying team for people to deal with. So I think this one is fairly solid. So yeah, you see we're having a little bit of a struggle here. This is a problem. Lazarius is quite weak against force affinity enemies. So I'd be a little bit worried against like Harimas and stuff. Like usually in live arena you'd ban them, but yeah, anyways, that's that team. That is that team. Let's take a quick look at the builds, because again, you guys can see all of them and nothing too special. So we got Lazarius, 4-piece Stone Skin, 4-piece Lethal. He needs Lethal for the damage. Stone Skin to keep him alive turn 1. And he is like decent attack, decent speed, decent crit damage, a little bit of accuracy so he can do his stuff. I'd love more blessings on him, would make a big difference. He's got Lightning Cage to protect Stone Skin at the start and Helm Smasher. Sifi is 400 speed and as tanky as I can get. She's just as fast as I can go on my account. Life Harvest, that will switch to 6-star Polymorph and these blessings. UDK, sort of resistance. He's in Life Harvest, 4-star. 5-star would be nicer, more resistance. Her high resistance, high HP, low speed, 6-piece Stone Skin. And then Yumiko needs to be faster. She's a bit slower than I want to get her faster, but sort of high speed, high accuracy. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement here. So that's something to improve in the future. And she's Temporal Chains. That's team number 2. Feeling fairly good about that one. I've gone to the wrong thing. Used to farming 3v3. Okay, then the next team. This might go badly against Seekfront. Let's find out. Okay, we've got it set up right. So this team, we're coming in. We've got the Ancora and Narses, and we've got Sun Wukong and Armans. One thing we could do, we could switch Armans with UDK here, and this becomes more of a go second team. Bit risky. I get why is Wukong not in the lead? Because again, remember, he has a better aura, and so does Armans, but they're arena only. So this 19% speed in all battles aura is pretty good for Siege. So we're building a speed team, but it also has a lot of value, sort of a go. It's sort of a pseudo, we're fast but go second, or Armans is a speed champion, the rest are go second. So it's a bit of an annoying one, hopefully, for people to deal with. I mean, we'll find out if it works or not. Here we go. So yeah, we've got Stone Skin everywhere. I do think that meta might change a bit. So like if Wukong dies, we don't really care. Arman's gonna steal stuff twice in a row, actually, because he got cooldown reduction. And then Narcy's gonna nuke them. We might actually need to turn off Ancora's A2. Just because otherwise I think Narcy's could be a problem for this team. Like, that's sort of an issue with Ancora and Narses, because Ancora puts up a shield and strengthen, it just lets enemy Narses rip through. So I'm not quite settled on that. But here we go. This is against a faster team. So again, we've seen sort of 2 teams outspeed us. But like, it's sort of a problem for I mean, I guess what they would have to do is you have to have everybody in Stone Skin, and that blocks the Arman's A1. But you still got to deal with the people in Stone Skin. They're still quite tanky. Wukong keeps coming back, so it's kind of annoying. This team, we could obviously just outspeed it with Lockout. By the way, look at these classic arena tokens. They're like squish. What the heck's going on? So I think, is there any Lockout here? No, there's no Lockout here. I think that would be a problem with the team. This is the nastiest one. This would be a problem with the team, is they could just, like, if you put in like a 370 speed Yumiko, I think you could just lock them out. And then it's a bit of a problem. You would have still Ancora. Ancora can still reduce the cooldown on Narses, and he could potentially kill everybody with cooldown reduction. But it's a little bit more risky, you know? It's a bit more risky. But there you go. I think that's still a good team. These are then the 3 sort of strongest teams. So it's actually different from my Tag Arena teams. We've mixed it up. Yeah, it's basically, it's similar to my Tag Arena teams, but different, because we built the sort of HP specific one. So Fralny has come out, and we've mixed things around. And yeah, basically these are, I think, hopefully the 2 strongest teams I can build on my account, then the HP one. Then the backup, the reserve team, is going to be this, which is a lot weaker. It's like, my goodness, the step down is quite intensive. But this is my final team, the reserve team, which is Elva for a good speed aura. Mithrala to hopefully just keep people alive, keep them tanky. Here, well, we've had our buff strip, so we're not too tanky. And then we've got Ramantu and Rotus. So it's, hopefully this would not be used. But the concept is basically, Rotus is always a problem. That would force them probably to use an Ultimate Death Knight or Harima. Like, it very much incentivizes those. And honestly, like, even then it's a bit annoying because you got Ramantu, who could potentially just block their passives anyway. So that's sort of the concept with this team, is just to sort of make them... Rotus is just always a threat. So yeah, even though it's the worst team, it's still potentially annoying. That's the goal. With 2 of my tankier champions, which is the Mithrala and the Elva. Yep, that's it. So it's not a flawless team. How did she get provoked? What the heck? How does that even happen? How did that even happen? Now, luckily, Elva can cleanse. Haha. And again, this team, it would be very vulnerable to Lockout, is also a problem. But it does mean that they'd have to use their Lockout on my reserve team, which is not so bad. It means they wouldn't be... Because you only use champions twice on offense. So yeah, if this team goes into some random slot, it might be easy to kill, but still. And even then, like, Rotus is quite good against Lockout, even so. So yeah, I think it's not an amazing team, but it has some potential. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'd like to maybe get Rotus into Stone Skin. It would be quite nice. Arman's actually probably, with increased accuracy, would have enough accuracy to hit the Mithrala. Trunda, 0 damage. Oh, that's the one problem. Is Rotus faster than... Maybe Rotus is faster than Ramantu. We should probably fix that. That's an issue right there. Rotus should not be faster than Ramantu. He might... Oh, you know what? I just finished Undead Faction Guardians. He might actually be faster. That could genuinely be a problem. Uh-oh. We've got Armans. Armans. Oh, luckily Ramantu potentially locking him out. Or not. Let's see. Oh. Will we win this one? This team is by far the worst. This is... If this team gets used, I'm not happy about it, right? I feel like, yeah, it becomes a struggle. I can build like one or two really good teams, I feel, and then it falls off pretty fast. Ooh, Trunda absolutely clapping us. Now, luckily their Armans and Reviver are dead, but I am a bit worried that Trunda can maybe just one-shot Elva, which is a problem. Oh, she's got increased attack. Luckily, Trunda has really, really long cooldowns. This is a problem as well. Okay, maybe we need to move Mithrala in the team order, put Rotus further up. This is actually good to test. Hey, didn't realize this, because Elva keeps reviving, which is not what we want. Luckily, she's been petrified, which is nice. Here we go. If you bring Rotus back, we've got a chance. I bet she's going to have... I bet she'll have her thing. Oh, God, and he hit her. Well, okay, we're still in it. How about you kill that one? Oh, I'm dead. Well, wow. So yeah, we lost. We lost against a not great team. So that says a lot about that one. So yeah, actually, I should tweak the AI here for this. Well, I'm thinking about it. So a couple of things to change. Number one, let's swap them around. Just go recently used and put them like that instead. So hopefully she revives the right one. And then let's double check. Rotus is 250. Ramantu, oh shit, yeah, he is slower. Whoopsies. Mistakes were made, and we should also set up his AI preset. So it's like that. Mithrala can do so whatever she wants. Okay, so we actually need to switch up some gear. There we go. Rotus went faster. So the Ancora Narcissus team with Wukong. Ancora, she's ditched the bolster because of Narcissus, basically. 6-piece Stone Skin, 2-piece Defiant. And she is coming in tanky and fast, basically, with these masteries. Polymorph, even though she's 5-star, she's got enough accuracy that's okay. Narcissus, Savage, and 4-piece Stone Skin, and he is coming in high HP, defense, speed, and crit damage. I did get him 4-star. It showed up in the shop, so we've got him 4-star now, which is lovely. Helm Smasher, Heaven Cast. We've got Armans in 4-piece Stone Skin, Perception, Speed. I think Supersonic would be good, 4-piece Supersonic, but I don't have good Supersonic gear yet. But he has high enough speed and very high accuracy. And like so, Temporal Chains, and Wukong is in 6-piece Merciless. You could also put him in potentially like 4-piece Lethal, 4-piece Stone Skin, so he doesn't get block revive turn 1. It's an option as well. So we can maybe up his speed a bit, but high attack and crit damage and decent accuracy. For this team, like I said, Mithrala is in bolster because we're going to leave her shield on, so they can Narcissus it if they want to. She's in bolster double reaction with these sort of stats. And she's got these masteries. Okay, her 5-star soul's up for grabs, which would be really nice. So I'll be grabbing that myself. 6-piece Stone Skin on Elva. You know, tanky and fast. She's sort of the same build as Ancora, but worse, right? These masteries. Life Harvest for the 3-star. Rotus is in Lethal and Cruel. I'd really like to get him in Stone Skin or something, but yeah. And he's got Ward of the Fallen. And then we've got 4-piece Stone Skin, double Perception on Ramantu. He's sort of in a weird hybrid build where he's got a bit of damage. I'm not sure if that's the way to go, honestly. Maybe should change it. And just for the sake of this, he does need a bit more speed. Well, it's not easy to get him more speed. I think I do have this. There we go. 2 more speed. So you know what? These are speed boots with double accuracy. There we go. Let's do that. Now he's definitely faster than Rotus, 253. Rotus is 250. Great, cool. Ramantu actually is more base speed. He might have gone a bit faster because of the aura anyway. Let's not attack that team again. Let's go against this one, I guess. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, those are my teams. Let me know, what teams are you running? Which rooms do you think you're most scared of as well? Any predictions as to how things are going to go? I didn't talk about it much, by the way, in this video as well. I mentioned it briefly, but there is that 5-star soul up for grabs in the Titan event. I'll just talk about that tomorrow when we do the video breaking down the path. I think it's going to be the best way to go. This should be interesting. Mortu will just slowly kill off my whole team. I'm definitely thinking we might re-gear Ramantu, honestly, into just more of a support build. Because I think he's going to be very strong in Curse City. So I think we might actually re-gear him as pure support Ramantu pretty soon, which would be like 6-piece Stone Skin. Um, he'd actually be really good in the new Feral set as well. That's a little bit annoying. Block damage on everybody. Let's see. He might just kill the Mortu. Oh, yeah, he's gonna A3 the Mortu and waste his A2. He could have A3'd her. Oh, well. Say la vie. But yeah, I think this actually looks like we'll probably win this fight. Especially if we block revive or block passive on what's her face, Marishka. It's very nice. Oh, he's killing everyone, but weak hit. No. Well, this one looks like a pretty safe win. I'll pause it. We'll see if we won. Yes, ta-da, we won. 2 minutes. Cool. But I'm gonna go change Ramantu's gear. I've decided, because we might be doing even some Lizardman secret rooms. I've got the mythical. So I'm gonna re-gear him real fast and we'll cover that too. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna optimizer him up. We're gonna go we'll go survival mode actually. And we'll go stats. I'm gonna say 251 speed. We're gonna say, in fact, let's go balance mode. Let's go stat priority. Let's say number 1 priority in accuracy. And I don't know, we can leave the rest. Like we could put like a 5 on HP. Let's put a 4 on HP. Maybe like a 6 on crit rate. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Get a bit of crit out of him anyway. And let's go into sets. Let's say add set. We're going to put him into 4-piece Stone Skin. And yeah, that's sort of the minimum. And click go, and we'll be right back when it's done. Okay, let's see what it spit out. Oh, 100%. It's still going 100% crit rate. 109% crit rate there. Giving him more crit rate. Okay, maybe I did put it on balance. Okay, let's take priority off of crit rate. Let's just say lots of accuracy, and let's put priority 3 on speed. You put priority 6 on defense. How about that? Yeah, that seems okay. Let's try it again. Whoops. Okay, interesting. This one's really tricking. Lots of different options here. But let me see. So this would be putting us, yeah, about a chunk more accuracy, 58 more. Same speed, 15,000 more HP. It's not that much better for basically giving up. Sorry, we need to go back. Giving up 40% damage for 20% more effective HP. I was just looking at this. So he actually had on defense percent gloves. If we swap him over to some crit gloves, we could get him. It's more like 100% crit rate. Get him more damage. I think maybe we just go more damage. I don't know. Let's try that. Stealing off Dahi, we'll have to fix that. We use him all over the place in some different modes. But like, let's put it in against, I don't know, a speed team, sure. Do we just go full down? I've changed my mind. I was looking at going tanky Ramantu. I guess just that gear is just in so high demand. Whereas damaged Stone Skin gear is also pretty high demand. But he hits fairly hard here. This might be a bit of a surprise to people. I don't know. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. There he goes. Damage Mantu. Bonk bonk. Not bad. I mean, he does a decent chunk of damage. That might be actually better. Let's see it against a tanky team. Let's see it against a tanky team. But yeah, like this would be going into a room with no restrictions. So this team's going to get absolutely hammered. It's more about being somewhat surprising, I guess. It is very much, I say actually a lot of them resisted the Ramantu. That's sort of a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Maybe he needs more. See, the problem is that the accuracy gear is in so high demand for other champions. Like the Yumikos, etc. of the world are stealing the better gear. So, I don't know. Anyway, look, that's sort of where we are. Let me know. What would you do? Let me know. Damage Ramantu or support Ramantu? Let me know. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found this one interesting. Yeah, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.